Lied. Well, I was going to talk about something else, but I was scrolling on TikTok. And this bloke comes on and is giving the reasons why he's not voting for Trump. And most of them were either things that are out and out lies about Trump, good things about Trump, made up muckery about Trump by the Democrats, things that the Democrats have done themselves, Kamala in particular. And he says something about NATO, for instance. Now, how Trump wants to pull out of NATO and this, that, and the other. Well, there's good reasons for it. NATO is not paying their own way. America foots most of the bill. America contributes most of the equipment and the troops, if my understanding that is, from reports and newscasts and things like that I've saw. Now, some of that may or may not be true. I'm not entirely sure. But if it is true, that's a good reason to pull out. They need to play their own bloody way, seeing as how every war that's happened of any significance in the last 100 years or so has been in Europe or the Middle East, closer to NATO. If the vast majority of the countries in which make up NATO are from that region, and the wars in that region, then they should be footing some of the bill. So he's got every right to want to pull out of it. What are we getting from it? Nada. So that's not a good reason not to vote for him. Then he says, he's a convicted felon. Only because the Democrats made up, trumped up charges. Sorry, Trump. Stuff that they admittedly said are not illegal by themselves. Well, they was always taught 1 is 1. And 1 plus 1 equals 2. Unless, of course, she's pregnant, then it makes 3. But in the normal circumstances, if you take a 1 and you add a 1, you got 2. They took a 1 and added a 1 and got, 37? Or 30-something, 32 or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, it was in the 30s. They took 1 and 1 and come up with 32 or 37, something like that. That's not the way that's supposed to work. You had a crooked judge, admittedly Democratic leaning. You had a crooked DA, admittedly Democratic leaning, and several other factors in the scenario. That's not a valid reason to not vote for him. The fact he's being railroaded and you're siding with that? He had other reasons, and most of them were just illogical. That didn't make any bloody sense whatsoever. It's like the people go, January 6th. It's been proven that he told people not to go there. It's a trap. So how do you get him, get him or whatever, that he's directing the riots when he says, don't go there? That's stupidity. The Democrats is the party of assassination. They have assassinated several, at least 1 or 2, 3 presidents, if I'm not mistaken, are vice presidents, president hopefuls, and presidents. Abraham Lincoln, for instance, JFK, his brother, attempted assassinations now on Trump twice. And if you don't think it's Democratic Party, both of the people that tried to kill him were Democrats. One of them's long-standing, the other's too young to be long-standing. Belong to a group, Blackwater, which is Democrat. They are the party of violence. Ku Klux Klan, violence. All the segregation and shit, violence. You can't hold violence against somebody that's not doing the violence. They supported BLM, violence. If there's violence, they support it and then complain about it. And Kamala is a constant, continuous one lie. I'm coming after your AR-15s and your assault rifles. Oh, I'm not taking your guns. When she's trying to get votes, I'm not taking your guns at the debate. But when she's at a rally, I'm coming after the assault rifles, your AR-15s. Assault rifles is anything you use to attack a group of people. Don't have to be an AR-15. I believe it was Thomas Jefferson that had a rifle that was made in Germany that shot 10 rounds. Back then, that was an assault rifle. What else was she doing? She lied about some other shot. I lost it right then when I went into the AR-15 shot. And she said it right on the, I think at the debate. Anyway, there was a bunch of shots she lied about. Oh, it wasn't that. This is the fact that she wants to sign into a bill. Reparations for black people whose ancestors were slaves. Now, first of all, to be given by white people, American taxpayers. So my question is, how do you determine who's white and who's black? She can't even determine what she is. One minute she's East Indian, the next minute she's black. Part of her family is white, but she never claims that part. So does the white part of her family tree pay the black part of her family tree? Even though the black part of her family tree wasn't a slave, but the white part owned slaves. And there's lots and lots of black people in America that weren't slaves. They came over later. Came from Africa as their parents or grandparents came from Africa as students, exchange students, or whatever type of form they came here to work. For whatever reason, moved here because they had family here or some other reason. So are they going to get some too? Who determines all of this and why? Then if you're going to give it to the blacks, what about the Native Americans? You're going to sign into a bill, something to repay the Native Americans for all their land, for the Trail of Tears, for all the murders. You're going to repay them for the land lost, the millions of buffaloes killed. I don't know about everything about all their suffering, but I know about the Trail of Tears and the buffaloes. That was a bloody shame. Well, all of it was a bloody shame. The Cherokees and all. Are you going to resettle the Cherokees back in Eastern Band of Cherokees? All that kind of shot is a slippery slope. You would never end. It would never end. There would be some other group, some other way that somebody would be wanting money, and like Chinese from the 1800s. They come here and worked on the railroads and in the mines and shot. I don't know what all groups, but anyway, other people be wanting reparations. So that's just something that can't happen. It wouldn't work. Anyway, she's cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Never vote for left-wing, lying, liberal, backstabbing, commie bastards. Sorry, Putin. Just some thoughts. Ta-ta.